messing with my head again. You had your heart set on me, but these feels, they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me why.
Hey guys, what's up? Eve here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I don't know about you, but I've really been feeling the fall vibes. But since I'm so excited about my favorite season coming up, I decided to do a little bit of a makeup look inspired by fall. It's my favorite season, okay? I'm just a tad bit excited. Now, if you like fall, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. And if you haven't seen my face before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to see how I got this fall inspired makeup look, go ahead and keep on watching. Hey guys, so I already did my eyebrows and primed my eyes as always, and then I'm going to take some RCMA no color powder, make a line at the corner of my eyes. This is going to be a guide for our shadows, and then hopping into the Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm picking up the shade Burnt Orange. I truly believe that this palette is perfect for the fall time just because there's so many warm colors, so many fall colors, and I'm blending that as my first transition shade using a big fluffy brush, putting that right into the crease, blending it all over the lid essentially. You don't have to be entirely precise with this shade. We're just laying it down so that the other colors blend seamlessly. Using circular motions, bring that up towards the brow bone and meet it right at that powder edge. And then I'm hopping into the shade Realgar, however you want to say this shade. I still can't figure it out, and we're putting that into the inner and outer corners. To make sure that our placement is super precise, I like to concentrate the color into the corner first and then blend it out as we go along. For halo eyes like this gives you a lot more control with the shade. I highly recommend doing this if you haven't tried this technique already. To blend this out, you want to use really light and tight circles. So you don't want to have too heavy of a hand with this, otherwise you won't be able to get the shadows to move as effortlessly as you want to. And then doing some reverse blending, hopping back in with Burnt Orange on that big fluffy brush, using circular motions to blend out the edges. And once we are satisfied with our gradient, I'm picking up the shade Red Ochre, which is a deep matte red shade. The shade is so pretty and I do not appreciate it as much as I should. Putting it in the same places as Realgar, but putting it a little bit lower on the lid and blending a teensy bit into the crease. We don't want to go too overboard here. Once again, doing the same technique, placing the color first and then lightly blending it out. Then doing some reverse blending with Realgar just to bring that orange shade back to life. Using that to help blend out any of the red ochre shade I put in the crease as well. Then continuing with our reverse blending process with Burnt Orange. Now on to the next step. Picking up some Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair, I am going to start carving out that halo area. It's going to look kind of like our tornado, almost like a cylinder. And so to build up that shape, you draw a stripe down the center and then slowly build up that top edge. So you're going to have more of a negative space towards the top of the lid than towards the bottom of the lid. And like I say in every video that I do a cut crease, please go slow, take your time. I especially did because this shape is always super difficult for me, I don't know why. But if you try to speed up this process, you're going to be more prone to mistakes. Once we are pleased with our tornado shape, I'm grabbing the shade Tempera from the palette and I'm tapping right on top of that concealer shade. We will lose a little bit of that shape we created here, but don't worry, we will bring it back in. First, by using Red Ochre to define that tornado shape. And then taking a flat concealer brush with the shade Realgar, I'm going right over those edges once again to help blend that red shade into the Tempera shade and to also further define that tornado shape we are going for. And instead of using packing motions, I'm actually swiping the color on so that it diffuses as I'm pushing the product into those edges. To further blend that out, I'm taking a pencil brush with no added product, just going over those edges once again with swiping motions, just making sure that the pigment really transfers into each other. Wiping away the RCMA no color powder and grabbing my Pretty Vulgar The Ink Gel Liner. Lining my upper lashes with that. We're not creating a wing here in any way. We're just sort of placing the gel liner onto that lash to define it, and later on it will help our false lashes to blend better into our normal lashes. Now, grabbing the shade Cypress Umber, which is that deep brown shade, and I'm putting that right on top of that gel liner to help diffuse it, make it a little bit softer, make it a little bit more neutral in tone, I guess. We basically are just making the liner less stark. Now we can get into the face. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation, concealer, bronzer, contour, all that jazz, and then we're heading straight into blush. And for blush today, I'm grabbing my Tarte blush in the shade Party, putting that onto the apples of my cheeks and blending it up towards my temples and dabbing a little bit on my nose. I don't know, I've been liking that trend lately. Then grabbing my Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette, picking up that powder highlighting shade and putting that onto the tops of my cheekbones. So pretty, so reflective, and honestly, the shade is perfect for people with fair skin tone. I mean, I should know I'm like the fairest of them all. I don't even like Snow White. I don't know why I'm saying that. Putting that onto my nose and my Cupid's bow as well, and then heading straight into the lower lash line. So first we are starting with Realgar, lining the lower lash line with a straighter brush, and then blending it out with a pencil brush using Burnt Orange, really smoking that shade down as far as you like. I like to bring mine pretty far down for my eye shape, but you know, do what you want. And then lining my waterline with the Urban Decay 24/7 liner in the shade Mushroom, which is a nice bronzy brown shade. Love it so much. Then popping that powder highlighter that we used before from the Urban Decay Shapeshifter palette into my inner corners and on my brow bones, and wiping away any powder we left over on my face to bake. And now to set my face, I'm grabbing my Pixie by Petra Glow Mist, dabbing it into my highlighted spots, and then setting my face once again with my NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. This is going to make my face look super glowy. Then curling my lashes to prepare for mascara, and today we are using my Wet n Wild Lash Renegade Mascara. This is beautiful drugstore mascara. Highly recommend it if you haven't tried it before. And I'm putting that onto my upper and lower lashes. And if you're like me, you make mistakes. Trust me. It wasn't a good time. If this ever happens to you, just let it dry. We will come back to it. I'm going to set my brows as it dries with some Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, and once it is finished drying, I'm taking a stiff brush, buffing that mascara away and covering it with some powder foundation. Now for lips, I'm using my Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Lolita 2. It is very similar to Lolita, but it's more orange-based rather than mauve-based. A beautiful shade, especially for the fall time, and it works really well with this look. Now, to finish off my look, I'm grabbing my Ardell Faux Mink Wispy Lashes. Alright guys, so this is the completed makeup look. I absolutely love how the world turns into a warm-toned paradise during the fall time, and I hope that this look reflects those vibes. If you guys liked this makeup look, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, and if you liked me, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it. Special thanks to the Tiffany Nicole Gwen. Girl, I love your channel, and thank you so much for your comment. It really made my day. Once again, thank you guys so much for coming to my channel and watching my videos. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.
Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours.